Andi gets the first win in her class action case. Danni gets fired. And Sabrina pushes back against Danni and his girlfriend. What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. And in this one, I'm breaking down season 9, episode number 19. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Sistas content and conversations. And first and foremost, in going into talking about this episode, I want to give a trigger warning for those who have experienced extreme postpartum depression, those who have experienced the ridiculous trauma that is losing a child, and those who have experienced medical malpractice. This episode, I think, dives as deep as the series goes, aside from us actually watching the episode where Karen actually lost forever. This episode goes deep as the young ladies from the support group tell their stories with Dr. Cruz, and it's really, really hard to ingest. It could totally be triggering, so I want to go ahead and give a trigger warning, unlike Sistas, because I do not recall seeing a trigger warning before this episode, but that also speaks to a little bit of my criticism about the episode as a whole. I think the deposition, or the pseudo deposition, that we get to see with the ladies telling their stories is such a grounding, powerful centerpiece for the episode. I think they gave the appropriate amount of time to it. I absolutely loved it. But when I think about the episode as a whole, I'm really kind of annoyed with the amount of, like, I guess, more lighthearted things that they put in this episode. It kind of, to me, put the audience in a position of, like, swaying back and forth to these very deep, dramatic, traumatic moments, and going there with your feelings and truly empathizing with the women and what they are actually conveying as their experience, and being walked through what their experiences were. And then now we're at a field with Zach connecting with his father's best friend, which I really believe is his father. I feel like those scenes could have been, like, left out, and we could have really had this episode center these women, their trauma, and Andi's relentless pursuit of the firm acknowledging that and standing behind these women, especially with us getting Dr. Cruz coming in. We don't even know what Dr. Cruz is coming in for. He randomly appears. All the women are out in the waiting room waiting on Andi, or waiting with Andi, and it's already jarring, and it's additionally traumatic to see this man. Then Hayden comes to take him and is like, "Oh, my client, Hayden, you're a tax attorney." What? Huh? So Dr. Cruz randomly, on this random day where all of these women whom he has cost the lives of their children, he randomly appears at the law firm on this day to meet with Hayden. We have never seen him interact with Hayden. We have never seen Hayden take a phone call from this man. We have never seen any of that happen, but it has to happen now. To me, that's wild. So, like, I'm really kind of frustrated with the overall episode. I think that it was really great beats, right, for the progression of the story with the characters. However, I don't feel like all of them fit in this episode. Like, we could have got Danni getting fired the episode before, or the next episode. I think the Sabrina in the whole Domini of it all, that could have stayed in this episode. But the other, more like leaning heavily into comedic stuff, it was a bit much. Like, it was a bit much going in and out of the various scenes, and having the emotional weight shift so crazily. And because the more lighthearted stuff doesn't feel like it carries too much weight in and of itself for the character journeys, like, it just progressed them a little bit. It also, at least for me, felt like, this feels like a distraction. And not in a good way. It doesn't feel like a reprieve or a time for you to catch your breath after hearing this one story. It feels like a distraction of, like, okay, I would rather us go back to the parts of the episode that were really pushing out something of substance. Now, I'm going to try to put it all together. So, like, I'm gonna talk about the ladies and their stories, and then go on to the next character and whatever was going on with their stories, just so I can kind of, like, make it make sense in my brain, because I have such heavy criticism for everything else. But I do believe that the parts of the episode where we got to see the women telling their stories after they were talked into staying because they saw Dr. Cruz were additionally triggered and wanted to leave immediately, which I do not blame any of them ladies for, but they were convinced to stay. and they decide to stay, and then they go on to tell their stories in front of the partner who has been wanting to stop Andi from moving forward with this lawsuit. And honestly, the first story would have been enough for me, but we go through two of the women from the support group as well as Karen, and we don't actually get on screen of Karen telling her whole story, but we don't need it because we actually saw it play out. But the first story where the young lady not only lost her child but experienced an involuntary hysterectomy, Dr. Cruz not only killed her child, he sterilized her. Y'all, from that moment, my mouth was just sitting wide open throughout the rest of the episode. And maybe that's also why when we cut to the other stuff, I was like, I don't give a damn about this. That man sterilized a black woman. If you know the history, not only the history of black women in medicine in this country, but the history of sterilization specifically, like, I am finished watching the episode, now sitting on here recording to talk about it, and I am still shocked, appalled, pissed. Like, I'm just completely, And that being the first story, it completely set the tone. And then that continued on. I think that Andi did a wonderful job with the women and the questions that she actually left space for them to tell their stories the way that they see fit, the way that they saw it. And they laid everything out so that it was very clear. To me, it was a no-brainer. So thank God her boss saw what he needed to see, heard what he needed to hear, apologized, and then proceeded to kick Cruz out, drop his ass as a client. And then he gets to hollering about ghetto ass hood rat. Sir, excuse me. But real quick, let me go back to the top, actually, because not only did you have Hayden, you had Dr. Cruz come in to antagonize these women, and I think that this was y'all did this as part of the plot. I get it. It was very very convenient, but whatever. The choice to make Hayden defend him at the top of it, and this is my client, to me, we're gonna have to start being a little bit more accountable, writers, because y'all gonna have to get specific about who you want Hayden to be. It's one thing for him to have beef with Andi. He now has let go of his beef with Fatima, but we also know where that came from, of him desiring Fatima. So we get it. Like, it's not okay, but we get it. He has talked about black women, but we've also only seen him date black women. That is one thing. But now y'all have taken it up to another notch, that he has aligned with this old ass white man that's killing black kids and harming black mothers. And to have Hayden have the very small interaction at the top where he still has this little stupid ass righteous indignation behind this man is wild to me. That is a choice of the type of character y'all trying to tell us that Hayden is. And if you're going to make him that, then you need to commit to it. No more pussyfooting around and backtracking. And now he's best of friends with Fatima. You cannot do that. He cannot be this guy who stands beside a damn murderer, a white murderer, but then also want to play coy as the boy and kiki with Fatima. That's not how this works. I was so irritated with Hayden talking about control your client. Hayden, get on before you get your ass beat. How about that? Both you and your client get y'all's asses beat. And we don't get to see Hayden say anything at the end of the episode when Dr. Cruz is having his ass escorted out by the security because he didn't want to go quietly. We don't see Hayden retract what he said. We don't see Hayden apologize to the women. He don't even look remorseful. I'm like, okay, now you back on my shit list for real, Hayden, because what? It's one thing for you to be an incel and for you to be mad at the black women who don't want to hunch on you, but it's a whole other for you to take this position. This is absolutely wild. Let me move on. I could spend all day talking about the women, their stories, and how they are actually able to convince Benson to take on their case and stand behind these women. I'm just glad. I'm so glad that he actually chose to do that, because, baby, if he would have picked another route, if he would have chose to continue to stand by Dr. Cruz, I might have flipped my whole damn computer, TV, everything, y'all. I might not have been able to come back from that personally, because I was already not in a great place coming into that, because we start the episode off still at the bank with Sabrina, who has had Dominique run down on her, and then the damn light-skinned ass girlfriend coming in talking big cash. I wrote this down because it was one thing for Hayden to take the side of Dr. Cruz at the beginning. That traumatic eye-twitching moment, to me, it doesn't fully track enough. It's a choice. But to have the big-headed ass, light-skinned girlfriend berating Sabrina about how no man gonna want her, don't no man want to have her babies, this, that, and the third. That is also a fucking choice, and it's a trauma exuding one. It's a triggering one, and I guess thank goodness, but not really, that Sabrina is more of a pacifist, because that little light skin should have got her. She should have got her rocked, y'all. Every bit of her jaw should have been rocked. How she was talking. I'm looking at this girl and I'm just like, wow. And not that it would have, honestly, actually, you know what? I'm going to just be real, because I'm trying to keep it PC and I'm trying to keep it cute. But at the end of the day, colorism is a very real conversation when it comes to the Tyler Perry universe, especially when it comes to the audience. And if y'all are going to be taking into consideration what they saying on Twitter, if you're going to be taking into consideration the Fatima holics and the Zazima holics and what they got to say, then you also need to be taking into consideration the audience as a damn whole and the optics. What are you saying when you have this woman berating Sabrina in the way that you have her berating Sabrina when her ass is not in the wrong? And then you also set Sabrina up to not actually stick up for herself. And all of this is in service of what? Rich to have a redemption moment when he is also an emotionally abusive ass partner. Like, what? What are y'all actually trying to say? And then you follow it up. You follow it up with Fatima co-signing Rich because he's so sorry and can't stop talking about you, which that to me apparently is the damn bar. The bar is in hell. The fact that y'all got Fatima co-signing that slept with another woman hours after y'all broke up because he was too jealous about another that she never even slept with, that she never even took romantic advances from, that she never even crossed the line with, is wild to me. But to also have that man's girlfriend berate Sabrina in the ways that she did, it was so what you look at or what you're told is the stereotypical little light-skinned girl that thinks she cute because she's fucking light-skinned. And I know people gonna come for me for saying that. Erica always want to say something about the color. It's the damn truth. The tea that y'all need to be seeing is that Erica's always going to try to tell y'all the damn truth. That was a choice. Who y'all had to say those words and how you have Sabrina respond is a choice. It is a writing choice. It is a directing choice. It is choices being made. And as those damn choices being made, certain things are being goddamn communicated. And you know what y'all are telling me? That y'all are reinforcing toxic ass norms and stereotypes. Y'all are reinforcing colorism. And it pissed me off to watch it. And the way that it could have been alleviated, since y'all wanted to pick this little light-skinned girl jumping in between the two dark-skinned characters, Danni and Sabrina, and making sure that the little dark-skinned girl know that she's beneath her. He would never, even though he was bending over backwards, falling over his fucking self to hand over his sperm, ho. What you could have did is have Sabrina actually stand up for herself. And yes, she didn't just take it, but she needed to be able to say something. When are we going to get on a damn journey for Sabrina to stop being so passive? Because we keep hitting her with all of these things that she actively needs to be able to refute. She actively needs to be able to defend and advocate herself with, and we refuse to actually do it. And then we consistently give her additional things to fight against, but she refuses to actually fight. And I'm supposed to just sit here and be cool with watching Sabrina be berated in this way from this random ass character that came out of nowhere. Y'all made her ass up. And this is what she come talking about and what she come saying. Yeah. That pissed me off real bad, y'all. And y'all do what y'all will with whatever with my commentary, because I said what the hell I said and I meant it. Moving on. Danni gets fired. And I do not feel any sympathy. It is long overdue. And the writers, being the writers, offer her a little bit of reprieve. She don't even have to spend the whole episode really worrying, because she somehow magically is hanging out at the salon with Pam, because she does that now. And Maurice is there getting ready for the night, and they decide that they're going to probably try to take over the salon and turn it into something even more elevated. And that's what Danni could do with her money, to invest, and then she don't have to go back and work for nobody. I'm gonna leave that, because I just let them have it about the whole Sabrina and the big headed light skinned girl thing. I'm gonna let them have this Danni one, but I will circle back in the next episode and see what they're talking about with Danni. To have her rebound so fast is an interesting choice, but it's not the worst of the whole episode. So again, I'm gonna let them have that. In the same way that we have Danni popping up at the salon, you know, places that she don't never be before, but it's seeming like she goes there all the time now. We just maybe didn't know. She also pops up at the gym because she's feeling compelled to healthily express her frustration and anger about what's going on, and she runs into Zach there so that they can have a little bit of a moment. Again, I'm going to let them have everything that they decided to do with the Daniella character. It's giving here, damn, but you know what? I'll go ahead and take it. It's fine. It's fine. Let's talk about Fatima. Because it's y'all allowing the character to be intentional with the fact that she is playing a role, intentional in knowing that she is not actually an attorney, even though she's calling to act like one in order to get Dominique to back his ass down on Sabrina's behalf. I loved every bit of this, and this is what it should be given the whole entire time, because again, she is not an attorney. She has yet to pass law school. She has yet to pass the bar. She has yet to do anything that will allow her to fully function as an attorney, how she has been functioning on the show that we have been seeing play out. But she is well within her rights to maybe break a couple of laws, skirt the lines of efficacy, and go at Damani and his goofy ass girlfriend for coming at Sabrina the way that they did. And I love that they actually explained why in the hell was Sabrina even sitting across from Fatima to begin with. Is because Andi was busy with the girls group. This I could take. This I can respect. This is in line with, okay, this is within her wheelhouse. And she's able to pull this off. She's able to get Damani to back down. The paperwork that she's going to have drafted up, she's still going to have to run by either Hayden or Andi to like approve and get them to sign off on, because she won't actually be able to sign off on it. But she knows that Andi would do this for her in a heartbeat. Like, this is Sabrina. So of course, taking these liberties makes 110% sense. And this is all Allie and I have been asking for this entire time. So the fact that they did it in this episode, but then we have been dragged over the coals with her playing at attorney, playing at autonomous legal professional, and then y'all want to be trying to kick our backs, and when we point out that this is not something that she can actually do, and then you turn around and give us this episode where she literally skirts the lines of what she should and should not be doing, what she can and cannot do, but also stays fully aware and present in the fact that she is not an actual attorney and she's lying to get something done. It's so simple. And y'all just be giving me affirmation. So I'm going to keep my foot on the necks of the people that need to have their foot on the necks of, because they literally do this every season. We'll give a criticism about something, we'll point something out, we'll highlight something, and then people get all mad in the comments. Oh, you should be saying that. Oh, this is this. Oh, this is that. And then another episode rolls down and they literally map out exactly what the hell we said, proving that they knew about this the whole entire time and they just been doing whatever the hell they want to. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here, y'all. Y'all let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section down below. I'm looking forward to the end of the season. I'm looking forward to seeing how this ends. I'm looking forward to seeing if this is actually going to be Karen's last season. You let me know what you're thinking in the comment section down below. It's your good sis, you Let's Talk TV with. I'll see you in the next one.